We'll go on to Maeshowe, Division 2. So we've got the Whitchurch Warriors, 167 against the Southampton Dockers, 202. Sandbach Satans, 230 against 167. For Derek. To Kilmarnock Kings, the Nottingham Rebels, 214.5 against the Turbo Titans, 204. Birmingham Master Chiefs, 188 against the Whitford Educators, 71.11. Lancashire Bombers, 182.17 against the Chester Hurricanes, 177. The Royal Raiders, 221. A good win there for against the Dreif, the Glasgow Lighters, 206.49. I can tell you in advance.
But poor Dreif over 200 points and losing. Very good win for Aaron. No, he's right up there. Everett there as well, losing by 200. But yeah, good win for Aaron, 221 points. Gibbs finally showed, Gibbs has been kind of funny this year, hasn't he? In the sense that he's not quite knocked out of the park week in, week out. Certainly did this week though, and he's been probably the difference here. It's in fact it was big difference. Gadsden let them down a little bit there, but yeah,
Loveland looks like Gadsden left.
I mean, you have to think that between. I mean, I think he's day to day Gadsden, so I think that's good. If he's not back, he's not playing this week. He'll be back next week. But yeah, I mean, those kind of three players right there, they could make or break Aaron's season now. Gadsden, Judkins, and Loveland. It's time for the rookies take a little bit of time to settle in. Your time is now to kick on and go for it. So I'm very much. They could really turn the season around, Aaron, and give him a right good push to get into the top division again. Poor Everett losing over 200 points as well, going to 6-4, and it's letting the Nottingham Rebels catch them up as well. So that's that was kind of again. You're losing
that. Same as the last game they were talking about that. 10 points should be
10 points as well. You got to think if that's seen it out. But yeah, you're running into 64 points from Taylor. It's you're fighting a losing battle right off the get go. You really need someone to respond in kind. He's also lost. So he's lost excuse me, Dart and Wilson there to injury, and he's now lost Wilson to IR as well. So maybe it's starting to flip in the wrong direction for Everett a little bit. Yeah, I mean, Jones is the clear number one there in Minnesota now. He looks way better than Mason, and I think they will ride Jones to death the rest of this season. So that's one for him to put in. And
Shields might get lots of targets with the backup quarterback.
Yeah, Davis Mills, but he done well last week, Mills, and he's running out again this week, so that's not a problem. Southampton Dockers final. Let's have a. We'll come back to Derek's game in a minute. We'll go and have a wee. And of course, that's Martin and Derek as well, isn't it? Was that Martin and Derek?
No, Martin's in Division 2 of the East.
So so it was. That's Southampton Dockers are very much in the first division as well. You can say congratulations to Southampton Dockers and
best record in the division.
Good luck in Division 1 next year because they are 3 games ahead of third place. So you can't imagine that they're getting caught for that. Sandbach Satans have got a 2-game lead over third as well now, so they're looking good to get that automatic spot. But certainly, if any one of the two are going to be caught, you would think it would be them. Nottingham Rebels, Turbanville Titans, Royal Raiders, 6-4, but 5-5, and then Glasgow. So this one's really opened up. But this is wide open now, Johnny. In the sense, not wide open. Sorry, it's split. We've got a kind of 50-50 split, and the Glasgow Lightning, Lancashire Bombers, Chester Hurricanes. They're even Kilmarnock Kings. Derek's Kilmarnock Kings here, and the Birmingham Master Chiefs. They're kind of looking at 6 spot and 6 spot only now, and thinking we need the Whitworth Educators to be losing to give ourselves a run.
Well, Whitworth Educators didn't set their team last week. That's how they ended up with 71 points. So, and they really they didn't do it in any other leagues for either. They were something happened last week, I'm guessing. They didn't
it's certainly
look at the score, 1,700.
It's cost them quite heavily, you have to say, because at 5-5, they're really looking over their shoulders now. And I'd say that kind of Royal Raiders, Turnbull Titans, Nottingham Rebels, they're 1 win away from securing their spot. If they can keep ahead of the 4 and 6s by 2, well, next couple of weeks, then they're in. So this division's starting to look like a game of two halves type thing, a top half and a bottom half. And the bottom half
Not
will still be
surprising.
so much to play for as well, though, because they've got
Promotion.
the relegation to think of, and they've got to try and stay in it, which, Derek's Kilmarnock Kings as well. The last thing he'll want to do is be relegated, so he'll be looking to try and find something to kick into the consolation playoffs,
I think as he's scoring the points, he's got 1,977 points, which is more than quite a few in the league, actually. It's more than Everett, it's more than Royal Raiders, it's more than Whitford Educators, it's more than Lancaster Bombers, it's more than Chester Hurricanes. So they've got the points, they've just come up against over 2,000.
It's the way the cookie crumbles in this game, It's it doesn't matter how many points you score, you just need to beat the guy that's playing in the other. You just need to beat the other team in any given week, and that's what I love about this game. It's it brings that kind of level of living the now. You have to win this week. Forget about the overall. You have to win now. It's win now. The win now mentality, because
a 5-game losing
it doesn't
streak
matter how many points you score if you're 3-7. It doesn't matter how many points you've scored. So I mean, it's just the way the fantasy NFL works, and it's what I love about it, to be honest with you. But the thing about the teams down the bottom there as well, they can still have a big say in kind of how the top half shapes out.
Definitely.
Because
if
they get the win against the teams above them, and with 4 weeks to go, things can tighten up a little bit towards the end, But it looks like for this division, it very much looks like it's going to tighten up for just one spot, if anything, the sixth spot.
Definitely. Well, obviously you've got an 8-2 against a 9-1. Sandbach Satan's against Southampton Dockers, so that's a juicy tie. Not for standing wise, but still a juicy tie.
It's very true, and it's like right up there. If the Sandbach Satans do, that looks like they're favourites to get the win, and it's a good start, 38 against 36. So certainly there was action last night. But if the Sandbach Satans can get that win, the two of them are sitting there at 9-2. You have to think that that's going to be the two promoted teams this year. And if Southampton Dockers manage to get the win, then Sandbach Satans, they are then looking over their shoulders at the 6 and 4s, because you got to think that at least one of the 6 and 4s will win.
I think Sandbach Satan's are the highest scoring team in the whole division, the whole OrkneyBowl, so it does help. Obviously, got the Whitford Warriors against the Nottingham Rebels, so you'd imagine, projection-wise, it's going to be close, but they might not set the team. Kilmarnock Kings, 3-7 against the Birmingham Master Chiefs. You really need Derek to win this one to have any chance. Any given Sunday to expression, I believe you're looking for. You said that in the last podcast, or the last division.
Well, with Kilmarnock Kings, it's very much the Kilmarnock Kings. It's very much the 2, 3, and 7 teams. The difference between getting that bye in the consolation playoffs and only having to win one game is massive. So they'll definitely be looking to get a win there and get themselves up to give themselves a chance of getting the bye in the week 1 in the playoffs. So a big game for both of those teams as well.
Then you've got a 4-6 against a 6 and 4, the Lancaster Bombers and Turbo Titans. A 4-6 against a 5 and 5, the Glasgow Lightning against the Whitford Educators. Then a 4-6, 6 and 4, Chester Hurricanes against the Royal Raiders. So obviously, you'd imagine Derek will want the 6 and 4 teams to win to keep them.
I mean, it knocks
chance.
But definitely, because it really does. I mean, what Derek's looking for is for this league to separate in two now, have a top half and a bottom half, because it will mean that the bottom half is close. If the 6 and 4s, if Turnbull Titans and Royal Raiders both win this week, then it puts the nail in the coffin for the Lancashire Bombers and the Chester Hurricanes. They're gone, bye bye. You're looking at the consolations now. And in the middle there, the Glasgow Lightning. If Whitworth Educators were to find the win against Glasgow Lightning, that there goes the split. It's 2 games between 6th and 7th, with three weeks to go. So that would be the split complete. So it's a big. Those 3 games down the bottom are really, really massive in terms of keeping yourself in the hunt and keeping yourself there.
And they're all projected to be, apart from the Whitford Educated, they're all projected to be pretty close. So yeah, keeping an eye on this one. Even that one's projected to be close, but they might like to say they might not have set their teams. But I am looking forward to this one.
Yeah, it's a big
This is
game.
gonna be a
It's
cracker, right?
Henderson's off to a great. Henderson gives you an absolutely fantastic start. Hull not so much, I would say. You'll be disappointed with the Hull,
We had
Hull, and but Stefan
Yeah.
Diggs has done very well. So it's kind of 50-50 start there.
And there's no kicker
Harrison
for
out, so that's
Ramstad, so
Neil
they're
coming
not
back to bed.
picking up yet either. What the hell did they do? Did they got a kicker on the bench?
Yeah, I'm
Well,
pretty
they've got a
sure.
kicker down here.
Yeah,
They've got
Mevis there.
Mevis.
So I was going to say, I'm pretty sure at 9-1 that if they don't have a kicker, they'll have a kicker before the end of the game. Before the games kick off. Sorry, they'll have one.
Yeah.
9-1, you're not playing.
No, definitely not. But so it's another good close league there. So go on to the top division here. So there's another cracking game here. So Happy Valley